Then guess what? I never told you guys. But once Casey Neistat followed me also.
What?
Are you serious?
Like I collaborated on a reel with Aryan. 1 second I'm seeing Casey Neistat started following you. I thought, fuck yeah, oh my god, this is fucking crazy. Hi guys, welcome back to This Not a...
Hi guys, welcome back to This Is Not a Podcast. I'm Sharan and I'm joined by Aryan Nair, Gayatri Mohan, Saliha Sadiq. So guys, how have you guys been?
Shut up, bitch, shut up. Okay, serious question for Saliha.
First of all, Saliha, we are with you.
I didn't shut up. Okay, serious question to Saliha. This is the month of Ramadan.
Yes.
I want you to explain to people what Ramadan is all about and like what the fasting process is, and like just take me through the process of somebody who is not fully aware of that process. And why, like for example, why Ramadan happens and what is the process of fasting, everything. Like
The lore.
to explain to a person who has no idea.
So the typical how Ramadan usually works is we fast. So we wake up before Fajr, which is before the Azan, okay? The Fajr Azan. There are 5.
What is Fajr?
So Muslims pray 5 times a day.
Okay.
The first prayer is Fajr, which is at 5 a.m. now. In India there is.
Okay.
Okay? So we have to wake up before that prayer,
Yeah.
have a suhoor, which means maybe dates and water or something like that. Until before we hear the Azan, we can eat or
Okay.
drink.
Okay.
So Azan is a prayer?
Azan,
or-
you hear no Allah Akbar.
The bang,
Bang,
yeah,
yes, okay. So until the Azan, you can eat or drink or whatever. The moment the Azan gives, there ends your eating and drinking, okay. Then you're not supposed to eat or drink until Maghrib, which is in the evening. So first prayer is Fajr, second is Dhuhr, then Asr, Maghrib and Isha, 5 times prayer, okay.
Okay.
From Fajr to Maghrib is when you fast.
Okay.
So only when you hear the Maghrib Azan next, you can break your fast. That is, you can eat or drink water. We don't eat or we don't drink water. Why is it? My understanding is this is to see. This is a time when you realize a lot of things, right? When you basically give up on all the pleasures, worldly pleasure. Food you don't. You can't have sex while you're fasting. You can't listen to music while you're fasting. A lot of things, right?
No pleasures.
No pleasures, right? So this is also a time of realization. It's also a time when we believe that all our sins are going to be forgiven. So everybody just go back to Allah and you'll basically pray for forgiveness. You pray for understanding. You pray for hidayah. Hidayah basically means now see, I'm a Muslim, but I don't wear a scarf, or I might not pray 5 times a day. So now my understanding is that's between me and my God, right? Nobody else has to come and tell me you're not a Muslim because you're not doing this. But so does it? Hidayah is something when I would want to wear a scarf or I would want to pray 5 times a day because I got the call, right? I really want to do it for God. So Muslims usually ask for that. Ramadan is a time when you realize a lot of things. So see, when you're not drinking water, when you're actually thirsty, is a time when you actually understand how important food is. Like me, my sister and all, I know we end up wasting food a lot. But then probably after fasting or during Ramadan, we understand, no, every single spoon counts. Like you're hungry all the time.
But
like
this
a reset.
iftar is not like a after sundown thing. It's a time-based thing, or it's not sundown.
Sundown thing. Maghrib is usually after sunset.
What if you're in like a country where the sun sets like much
That's when
later?
you listen to, you check the timings, no, for the Azan. 5 times prayer is in every country, no, irrespective. So it's usually from Fajr to Maghrib.
But if the sun is still up, but that prayer is
There, then
you
yeah.
can eat.
Yes,
still.
you can eat.
But
Until
the
Maghrib.
prayer is time based.
Prayer is time
Like
based.
Maghrib, does Maghrib have a certain time? Or?
Usually Maghrib is during sunset.
Okay. But if sunset in like Antarctica is at like 9 p.m.
Then
for
9
example.
p.m. is when you break your fast.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even during non-Ramadan months, Maghrib
Is
prayer
during
is
sunset.
during sunset
Yeah.
time. Okay.
Irrespective of the. Yeah.
But like, how do you know what the sunset time is? Like, you just check Google and if you
You
know
have the
what.
app.
So,
Or you listen to the Azan, no?
okay.
And is it like, for example, Christmas or Onam? It's a time that you're looking forward to. Is Ramadan like a period that you're looking forward to? Are you dreading it? Is it like scary? Are you thinking, okay, this is like, what is the?
I think I've realized. So until
Not just you, like in general. What do
generally,
people-
I think people look forward to Ramadan. I don't know about the. See, I'll tell you. In UAE, Ramadan is a time we really look forward to. Like you feel it, right? Okay, it's Ramadan. And they're all really nice, you don't see them shout unnecessarily or something.
So
People
the
are usually
atmosphere
very
is different.
patient, very calm. It's food every. So, for example, nobody sleeps hungry during Ramadan. There, every masjid will have free food during, and they don't check if you're Muslim or you're Hindu. Basically, everyone can go and eat food and all of that. People are very kind. They're more kind. They're more calm. What they have to understand is this has to go on every month. It's not a 1 month thing. So it's a very nice time. Ramadan
It
usually
like brings people together.
genuinely brings people together. So apart from the 5 times of prayer, during Ramadan we have a special prayer called Tarawih, which is after Isha, after the night prayer, right? So that is also, so people really look forward to coming to the masjid. We all rush. So here I don't think women go to mosque a lot. I've not seen that here.
I also don't know. I don't
Yeah, I've
think
not
so.
seen that a lot. So, but in UAE that's not the case. I think Ramadan, I enjoy Ramadan more in UAE for sure. I
think the atmosphere is more conducive there to like
Definitely.
everybody, like the country is celebrating Ramadan.
Yes,
Here,
the whole
like,
country is celebrating Ramadan, even Eid. Oh, it's like too good. It's really nice. Ramadan, definitely, people look forward to it.
Is it tough to fast for a person who loves food and loves drinking water?
I'll tell you, okay? I don't know how I don't know if it'll make sense to you. Till date, for Ramadan, I haven't felt hungry, but I'm always thirsty because I talk a lot. But
Oh, really? You talk about it? Spoken
No.
like 2,500 words in the last 5 minutes.
I usually don't feel hungry at all. But yes, I do feel thirsty. So there are other times. So during Ramadan we fast, right? There are times we're not supposed to fast. If you're on a period, you don't have to fast.
But you can do community service or something like that instead, right?
Or you just, once the Ramadan is over, once your periods are over,
You
fast for an
yeah,
extra
you fast
week,
for an
right?
extra week. Okay? But dude, fasting for that extra week is so difficult.
Because you're doing it like
No,
after
because
that.
everyone else-
because everybody else started eating and like
I don't know. It's just, I just feel very hungry when I'm fasting. Any other month I'm fasting other than Ramadan, it's very difficult. I don't know if it's a mental thing or it's just the time.
Because you
doesn't
feel
go.
like everybody's doing it with you otherwise, but you're doing that extra week.
But I think also work timings are different. So
Ah.
in UAE, my normal work timings are 9 to 6. During Ramadan, it's 9 to 3. 3 a.m. you go back, 3 p.m. you go back home.
Okay.
And then you just,
Do you lose a lot of weight during Ramadan?
no.
No. Because the food you eat at night maybe makes up
Yeah,
for it.
'cause
Dude,
you-
my dining table usually is like full. That's one thing I'm missing here. During iftar, so by
Iftar is the meal you have when you
after
break.
the first meal you have when you break your fast, that is iftar. Okay, I'll be in the bedroom obviously, and then I hear this cutlet. I can basically smell it. Like the entire house will be full of it. I rush to the kitchen. Then there is my mom, the head chef. She's cooking. I'm like, oh my god, okay. There'll be cutlet, samosa, filled bun. Bun would be filled with chicken and the masala. I don't know, juice, some different 3-4 kinds of shakes and juices. So we have all this, and then I'm like, okay, that's right. While you're breaking your fast, you won't be able to eat so much. Like
Yeah, 'cause
maybe
you've been
you-
hungry for
hungry
so-
for the
yeah.
whole time. So maybe you drink a sip of water, 3 dates you have, and then one or two fruits you have, and then you're good. Okay, so you'll think, okay, now I'm full, now I don't want to eat, and then you go and pray Maghrib.
Oh, so you break your fast, you
And then
eat
pray
iftar
Maghrib.
and then pray
Yeah.
Maghrib. Okay.
So you pray Maghrib, and then you sit for some time. That's when the hunger hits.
How long is that prayer that you do? Like how the time duration?
Any prayer is not more than say 10 minutes.
10 minutes, right? Yeah.
Not more than that. Then again, it depends because there is no fixed format for the. Yeah, there is a particular way we have to do it. But what you recite in the prayer, there's nothing fixed.
Yeah.
If I decide to recite a very small surah or a chapter from the Quran during the prayer, mine will get over faster.
Yeah, but it's also there's like physical attributes.
Physical
to,
attributes
yeah.
definitely. That's a very fixed thing. Yes.
But it must be hardest for people who are cooking the iftar to fast, right? Because they're like smelling the food. They're around.
Oh,
the
I don't know how
food.
my mom does that. That's so
That'd be damn
true.
hard, no? 'Cause
And
it's
that
right
you-
there.
Yeah, and you can't taste also.
That's fucked.
Imagine. But
That's
still
also
the food's-
talent, like
Yeah,
without
that is-
tasting your
and the food is immaculate every time. It's just so good. I miss that now a lot.
You pray 5 times a week. I mean, 5 times a day
During Ramadan, yes. I ensure I pray. Dude, there's going to be a backlash, I'm telling you. Okay, my concept is 1 month Ramadan, okay. God has told us to be a particular way. Might as well, when you're doing it, might as well do it right. So I prefer praying 5 times a day. Had been in UAE, I would have prayed Tarawih and Qiyamul Layl, everything also. But here, I can't because I don't pray Tarawih at home. I prefer going to
Tarawih
the
is
masjid.
what?
Tarawih is a prayer. It's a 21 rakahs of prayer. 11, actually it depends. It's either 11 or 21, okay? Something
11 or
like
21 what?
that. Rakah.
I think it's
So
like
when you
points,
pray,
points,
right?
points.
Yeah, not points. Have you seen how we pray? You've
Yeah.
seen me pray, right?
Yeah, I've seen you
Yeah. So until the like we do sujood, right? Until that is one rakah.
Okay.
So like that we have to do 11 times or 21 times. That is this rakah.
Could you explain what sujood is to people? The people.
Oh my God, guys!
Sujood is like a section of prayer, and then
Yes,
you
it
bow.
is. You first say Allah Akbar and you do this, right? After that you go to ruku where you're bending halfway through, and then you go completely down. That is sujood.
That's
So that
sujood,
is
okay.
one rakah. The whole thing is one rakah.
That
So
is how many
during-
times you said? 11.
11 or 21 times depends.
So during the month of Ramadan, you follow it to the T. You pray 5 times. You
Yes,
fast
100%.
properly.
Yeah.
You don't do any haram things.
Ideally, people can tell me she's still not wearing a scarf, which is haram. She's supposed to stay back home and all that. But again, I pray 5 times a day. I do recite Quran. I ensure I finish the Quran usually within the month of Ramadan. And my dhikr and dua, definitely I take.
But
That's
so
what I do.
basically, like, they give you the freedom to interpret this month however you want it. Like, there are people who don't pray 5 times a day. There are people
Yeah.
who sometimes don't fast.
Mm.
But there's a freedom to do that. Like,
So who's questioning? There are there is a set of rules. This is what you're supposed to follow. As far as you're not following it, but then that's not hurting a second person, you are accountable for it. You are responsible for it.
It's ultimately your choice.
Definitely. Unless your family,
Yeah, your
what I've realized is Sari has God's favorite child during 1 month of the year, and then the next 11 months she's a fucking
that
devil.
is what my dad tells me.
She's a devil. She does whatever the fuck she wants.
What is this? Whatever the fuck
But
I
the
want.
1 month of Ramadan, astaghfirullah, this astaghfirullah, that, everything is astaghfirullah.
That is so wrong. That's not true.
Like, what I love is they know that 1 month all their sins will be cleansed. So that 11 months they are all over the place.
I'll tell you what, okay? I'll tell you.
Yeah, bail.
I was in Saudi in November, I suppose, okay? I remember talking to this person there, and this guy was telling me to make mistakes is human, okay? But the ones who repent, they are the ones. That's why we're humans and we're not shaitan. Shaitan doesn't repent. You go on making mistakes. So Salah, you wanna make mistakes. You wanna do whatever you want and all of that. Do that, but pray and repent.
Yeah, but when you knowingly make the mistake, you are shaitan.
Sharan,
Okay.
if I have to stop making mistakes, first thing I should cut off is you.
You can't cut off shaitan.
Shaitan.
You can't cut off shaitan. I'm sorry. Shaitan is in your life forever.
I've cut sugar, I still can't cut this.
Shaitan.
So no, 1 month I prefer being good is because I feel good. It's actually so nice,
But
man.
do you feel like a reset after like some sort of reset? Do you feel like something, whether it's physically or mentally or?
See, I'll tell you this. Maybe now I don't know how different would this be. See, I'm not someone who prays 5 times a day.
I am not.
No, in a normal month she doesn't. In this month she does.
Yeah, okay. So this month, now for example, when I wake up in the morning, otherwise I don't see mornings, right? I sleep. If I don't have work, then I sleep. So here I make it a point that I wake up at 4:30, I drink water or whatever, and then I pray Fajr. After that Fajr itself, I feel so, good. And then I want to do this, right? Like 5 times a day. So after Isha, by the time I pray Isha, and then I just sit there, I'm like, but every Ramadan I think I should actually continue my 5 times of prayer. Like every Ramadan I think
It becomes a routine.
I want it to become a routine. This time I think I'm going to keep it. But I don't know, it's so difficult when you hang out with certain people.
yeah, blame me for it. There is no way. Okay? You will just say astaghfirullah, you'll continue with your life. 11 months of the year, you will do all sort of things.
Haram things.
Haram things.
What is this haram things?
You want me to say the haram things?
Yeah,
out?
tell the haram things now.
You don't want him to say the
What
haram
haram
things.
things I'm doing?
Are you allowed to smoke?
I don't
The
smoke. I
are you-
vape. There is
yeah,
a
are you
difference.
no,
Vaping
vape-
is not.
What Islam said
Girl,
vaping is
you
okay?
think vape is not nicotine?
Vape is okay, Islam said.
Let's not analyze.
Astaghfirullah lazim.
The astaghfirullah. If you say astaghfirullah, then you're done. You're okay. God again likes you.
I'm so scared of the comment section for this podcast.
I swear I'm going to get thrashed. I feel that.
No, I just like I wanted to talk about this because I feel like Islam is such a beautiful religion because I've seen like it's probably the strongest community in the world. Like how everybody comes together and how they all celebrate it with like intense passion. So I think that's beautiful to watch.
Islam is actually a very simple religion. It's a very simple religion, but I don't know why it is interpreted. It's like people take it the way they want and they just confidently talk about it, which I've never understood. My dad always told me, I mean, I'm someone, I've been to madrasa, I've learned Quran and all of that until for 8 years, okay? So, Quran I can read, some parts of by hearted, hadith, all these I've learned it. Other than my school, I used to go to a madrasa where I've learned this, okay, for 8 years. But even then, I always remember my dad always tells me the basic of any religion that is honesty. As far as you're very honest to yourself, and as far as you don't hurt anyone else, it's okay. The rest is between you and your God. You're not answerable to anyone else for that. And about Islam, there is this one thing my dad told me, okay? Islam is a religion that says if there is an orphan standing next to you, if there's an orphan next to you, okay? You don't pamper your child in front of that kid. That's the religion. You smile and your God rewards you for that. That's how simple the religion is. So when people complicate it too much, just let be.
And that's
Just
the
simple as
case
that.
with every religion.
But in case accidentally you pamper your child, just say astaghfirullah and then
It's okay. It's all good.
gotta be like, oh yeah, she's astaghfirullah.
That's not a
Now
standing
I can't do anything.
See, I'm a human being, so I might make mistakes.
You
But when I
knowingly-
make a mistake.
You knowingly make mistakes.
Sharan,
I am more. If I read the Quran and if I do Ramadan properly, I'd be
more of a Muslim than I am.
Yeah.
Simply because you don't vape. That doesn't make sense.
What about the rest?
What about the rest of
Other
the
than
things?
alcohol and drugs?
Other than alcohol and drugs, what?
You only am asking.
What? I don't do alcohol and drugs.
No, yeah, other than that.
Other than that.
Like there are other mandates in
What
Islam.
others?
me.
Please tell me anything else.
You tell me.
You have to wake up at 5 in the morning. You sleep at 5 in the morning.
I
Yeah.
can pray at 5 and then go to sleep.
And there is a limit to which you can be out with other women and etc. You should be a one-man woman. Is that fine?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I said.
You can have 4 women.
That's not how it works. Oh, that is one thing I'll share.
Okay.
Let me tell you this.
Yeah.
There was a time in the past, during the time of our prophets, when
Yeah.
men used to go out for war and they were
used to die.
yeah, right. So there were a lot of women compared to men. That is when Allah told, okay, because women, they basically wanted someone to protect them, or they were getting into all wrong ways and etc. So God was like, one man can marry up to 4 women. Okay. Now people, this is not a trend. Let's start there. Okay. And this is not a rule in Islam.
What do you
It's a
mean?
micro-trend.
People men are still going to war and dying. So if I want to marry 3 women,
No,
and if,
Sharan.
see, you told no. So I have spoken to her off podcast, and she has told me that obviously you can only do this if the first wife is okay.
Consents and the
Consent, sir.
yeah. So you need to consent to the first wife.
Oh, consent. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. First wife, I get first wife's consent.
Yeah.
Then
Your
I can
first
get.
wife will give you consent.
I don't know. I will have
I
to
don't
ask.
think your first wife will give you a consent to
Ask
marry.
my wife and come.
So yeah, I am a Muslim. I can marry for. I'll slap you if you say that one more time. That's not true. That's not how it is.
Okay, 2 people.
2 people what?
Can I marry 2 people?
Sharan, you first learn to manage one properly. Okay, and then you will
You
talk about 2 or
like
3.
Islam because you want to marry
4
4
times.
No.
No.
I-
He likes Islam for the vibes.
I genuinely love
For the
No,
vibes.
Vibes.
for the
Vibes.
no, I genuinely like I like different things about different religions, but the thing I like about Islam is there's a sense of brotherhood. Like you could meet a Muslim, which I feel like is the strongest in this religion. You could meet a Muslim in in Antarctica, and if they know you're Muslim and you know they're Muslim, it's like an instant bond. Like there's something
Maybe it starts with Assalamu alaikum and it ends with Ma'assalama.
yeah, there's an instant bond there where I feel like they would die for you or you would die for them, which is why that is what I like, and then the vibes are an added bonus.
You want the bonus.
and like
Basically.
I don't drink, I don't smoke, so that goes well with Islam, and all my
Nothing else goes well with Islam. Nothing
and all my
else does.
other I am more Muslim than all my Muslim friends.
You just need to get circumcised and you're good.
Yeah,
Is it the
I've
video
not
of
been
Sharan doing
circumcised.
the cross thing and then
Yeah.
praying to-
I don't know. I've always found it I've found the religion fascinating.
It's a beautiful religion. I agree.
I remember when I was in 3rd grade, I saw a friend called Sadat Muhammad. He was Nigerian.
Sadat Muhammad probably. Sadat is not the name.
No, we used to call him Sadat.
Yeah.
Okay.
You call me Saliha when that's not my name. So yeah.
And he told me I don't know if it was Ramadan at that point of time, but he was telling me about Islam. This is let's just not forget that we are 7-year-olds talking. And he's like, Sharan, you know why you should be Muslim? I said, yeah, tell me, bro. He's like, are you hungry right now? He's like, yeah. If you're Muslim and you're hungry and you think of an apple, the apple will be in your mouth. You will be able to taste the apple.
That's so cute.
That guy is so
And I was like, that is insane.
sold.
done deal.
So good.
Sold.
Which class was it? Grade 7.
We were in 3rd grade. Yeah,
Oh my
maybe
God.
7, 8 years old. And I was like, fuck yeah, okay, done.
But I feel like Islam is that way because, like for example, the act of fasting, it's not an enjoyable experience. I would say, like being thirsty, being hungry throughout the day. But when you're like suffering like that as a community, that brings you closer together as opposed to if you're always celebrating together. Like even with your classmates, you tend to be closer with your classmates who you've suffered with through exams and shit, rather than classmates who like everything is okay, everything's always fun.
It's also a realization. When you fast, you actually think of a lot of things. You're very hungry. You basically can't. It's okay. So for me, again, maybe out of privilege, I'm telling this because my mom does all the work. I don't even know how she's doing that because back home, I see she wakes up in the morning, she prepares suhoor, we're all eating. Then maybe one plate I wash or whatever dishes are there, maybe I can wash.
Don't lie. You don't wash one plate also. Don't lie.
No,
I will get Shamil on the podcast.
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
The
eh?
plate I eat, I always wash. I prefer
You
washing
never
my own
wash any
plate.
plate. I will call her right now. Okay? Don't utter lies.
I can't lie.
Don't utter lies.
The plate I eat, I wash. If my dad brings a plate, then I look at him, and then with a great difficulty, I wash that also. That's once in a blue moon. Otherwise, I prefer washing my own plate. That's true. And so after that, then she's cleaning the house. Where I am in the bedroom, AC is on. I'm like, Mummy, are you thirsty? Mummy's like, Astaghfirullah. And then she goes cleaning again. So I think for her, it's all the more difficult. But even then, right, after, when all of us, so during Maghrib, we all sit, okay, around the table. We say Bismillah, we break our fast. And then there are duas that we say. That's when we actually, the first sip of water, oh, it hits different. That's when we actually realize, oh my God.
And the first hit of the vape also hits.
Yo.
Kind of. I can't lie, so I just. Sharan, don't ask me.
That watermelon flavor.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's move on.
Change the topic, please.
Yeah, let's move on. We have 2 people who are movie connoisseurs. Gayu always complains that whenever she's on the podcast, we talk about shit she doesn't care about. So I've catered this podcast for her.
Yeah.
Gayu loves movies. Aryan loves movies. I want to understand, as a movie buff, what makes a movie good? Like, what makes a movie enjoyable? Like, how do you watch one movie and think this is trash, and you watch another movie and you're like, this is insane?
I mean, that's again, it's a very personal perspective thing. Like what he likes, I won't like. What I like, you won't like. It's a
But I feel like that
No, but there are certain
crux
people-
of it, it's you're sitting, you hit pause and you're like, fuck, I want to keep watching. It's when you hit pause and you're like, fuck, I really want to continue that. What is going to happen next? I feel like that is a good
For
one.
me, it's that, and I keep rewatching the movie. Like how you would keep listening to the same song. I have that thing. If I like something, I rewatch the movie. Like and I always find new things. That's also very excitable for me.
Yeah, but it has to be like you have to want to actually sit down and watch. Like I don't understand movies where it's like, oh my god, it's so difficult to watch right now. But at the end of it, you're like, wow, that was such an artistic movie. The frames were great. The music was great. Like that shit I don't believe in. Like it has to be like story and being gripping over everything else. Like the color grade doesn't matter. The cinematography doesn't matter if the story is just not interesting. Like you have to relate, and for story to be interesting, there are like specific things. Like the characters have to be relatable, or you have to want to follow their stories, or the story has to be in such a way that, like, you generally want to know what's going to happen at the end or in the middle, or it has to grip you. Basically, it's like anything else. Everything else is bullshit. I feel, in my
So
opinion.
the actors doesn't matter. Who's acting?
No, acting is again how they convey that story. How
See, that like whatever you said makes sense, but I personally don't agree with it. Like it can be a great movie, great cinematography, whatever. But if like, for example, I don't know if you've seen this movie, Jallikattu, right? We were watching it. The movie camera work is great, like the storytelling is great, but the background, the actors are bad. Everybody. So like you don't feel like sitting through it. It
That
feels
is
like
a bull movie, right?
yeah. The LJP.
But there are some movies where you're like, there's no story, it's just vibes, but you just like watching
Yeah.
the actor
Talumala.
on screen.
Bro,
No,
I
Talumala.
Talumala is
Talumala
like,
has it.
oof.
So I tried watching Talumala 3 times. I didn't watch it when it came to theaters. When you had watched it in the theater, it came on OTT, and I was like, okay, and I've never heard anything bad about the movie. It was only hype. And usually hype also kind of
Yeah. When
I have
it's too
that
hyped,
issue.
yeah, I understand. Yeah.
So, because I don't look at like IMDb ratings, nothing.
same here.
Like Rotten Tomato. I don't care about all that. I watched it on Netflix. After 10 minutes, I'm like, what the fuck is this? I gave up. Okay, and I have a thing where I can't leave a movie halfway through. I
Same
can't
here.
give up on a movie,
Yeah.
even if it's bad. I have to sit
Finish
through
it. Yeah.
Second time I watched it, I came to like 20 minutes. Then I kept forwarding. I was like, I can't do this. I don't know. I don't understand this. Okay. Third time I watched it, I was like, why did I take so long to watch this? I watched it 6 times now.
Yeah, same here. But 6 times in theater.
Fucking
I
love
would have
that
loved to
movie.
see it in theaters.
It
no?
is also and yeah.
The experience
It's
is
a
next
theater
level.
experience.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
genuinely a theater experience.
And I've seen other Tovino movies, but I was never a Tovino fan. I fully became obsessed with Tovino in like 2023. So yeah.
Sometimes I think it's just what hits. But you know what? Do you like tragedies by any chance? I don't.
I mean,
I personally find movies that are very emotionally exhausting to be exhausting to watch. Like after that I need like a break, or I won't be excited to watch that movie.
Exactly. My concept is you have enough problems in your life, right? Why would you go pay and watch somebody else's problem
no,
and then
that
cry
that
and get
makes
out?
sense. Like you don't have to like you can just watch movies just to be entertained, and you can avoid the sad. Like all that. That's what I said. It's completely a perspective thing. Just that my perspective on watching movies and what is good and what is bad has changed over the years.
Right.
Like I used to think, oh, if a movie is predictable, that's bad. Or if a movie has if it has romance, it's like too cheesy. Like
For
I had
Guy-
a
I just want to let you guys know that for Gayu, every movie is predictable because she doesn't shut the fuck up. I mean, recently, actually, I think she's turned over into a new leaf.
Yeah,
Because we
'cause-
watched You Don't Mess with the Zohan and she didn't say anything to me. But that's also because I watched the movie. But if you watch a new movie with Gayu, she's also watching it for the first time. But it's the flex every second. She'll be like, "Oh, this is going to happen," and then 2 seconds later it'll
And that's
happen.
correct? That's
yeah,
right?
dude,
It's always
every
correct.
single time.
I've never been wrong.
She'll be like, this character is gonna die, and then they die.
Once I think
And
I remember
okay.
the 20th time I watched something with her, she predicted something and the exact opposite thing happened. I was like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. 5 minutes later, it happened. Whatever was supposed to happen got reversed and it still happened. I'm like, motherfuck.
This Sharan
Like-
made a mistake of this was when we just started hanging out together. Okay. So I was like, let's watch a movie. This during COVID, we don't have
Anything to do,
Yeah,
yeah.
after a point, how much will we like shoot also? So he was like, oh, have you seen? And I'm not a Bollywood person. I have seen maybe 10 Bollywood movies in my life.
Only seen Bollywood.
I'm not. It's not the medium that I've been attracted to. Like I liked certain movies, but I don't know. I can't sit in like.
Oh, okay.
It's very rare that I've found like Bollywood movies entertaining. Anyway, so he's like, have you seen what Dil Dhadakne Do? Is that the movie?
Mm.
I was like, no. He's like, oh, I love this movie, and
It's
I'm
a nice
like,
movie.
he's like, I've seen it, but I'll watch it again. So like, okay. He started. It's not even been 2 minutes. I won't shut the fuck up. And the thing is, every time I open my mouth, I'm not expecting him to pause and let me speak. He would pause. After the 5th time, he just went. I heard him take a deep breath and I was like, okay, shut the fuck up. It's also very difficult for me to like. There are 2 people I can sit and watch a movie. One is him, one is Attu. Otherwise, I will annoy that person. Not knowingly. Because this is one medium that I'm so passionate about. I will not shut the fuck up. But now I've learned because I'm like, I need to like not annoy people, especially in theaters, because I am the kind of person where if another person in the theater is on their phone or they pick up the call, I get very angry.
Why do you get annoyed that people on their phones? Maybe the movie is not engaging.
Because
enough.
fucking every time if I don't sit next to him in the theater. I make sure I don't sit because he'll get bored and I can see the light. Even if he's sitting 3 seats away, I'm just like, oh. And I'll see the screens in front of me.
But are you that person who likes to talk while watching a movie?
That's the thing. So that's why I shut the fuck up in the theater now. Because other people, when they speak, I'm like, how can you speak? But I will, if I'm entertained or if I'm mad at the movie, I'm so passionate that I will vocalize.
One person with whom I've gone to the theaters the most would be Afzar, okay? Any movie we watch, first of all, see, I'm a person who watches a lot of Bollywood movies, okay? Malayalam movies, I feel it requires a lot of understanding and, a lot of brain to
IQ.
process it. Yeah, which I don't have. I'm very, okay, I
Yeah,
understand.
we're aware. Yeah.
So, he takes me to movies and Afzar is like, he watches me, takes the movie.
Yeah, I like
Afzar
the
like for example, he watched an Asif Ali movie recently we watched it with him. movie was releasing on Friday, he started talking about it on Monday. As if he doesn't watch this Asif Ali movie, Asif Ali will have a nervous breakdown.
Nervous breakdown.
That's how he talks about
And
fucking
that's how he
movie.
watches also in the theatre. And me, see, it's Malayalam. After a point, you don't understand.
Yeah.
If there's something very difficult, words, something that sort, you don't understand. So I'm like, Afsati, and please. I'm like, okay.
No,
I hate going for movies now. I don't. With no one, I just can't go for movies now. So I'm like, don't. And Malayalam movies, I feel the understanding it requires so much. Like, I'll tell you which one. No, I forgot the name also. Yeah, it's okay.
it was a recent movie.
A recent movie.
Is it Asif Ali movie?
That song also, that Kanmani song. They all. This is
Oh, Manyamal Boy.
yes.
What is there to understand
Yeah.
Manual boys? Subhash goes down and falls. That's it. Everybody
comes
says
back
it.
up.
Afzal started crying. See, I can't cry.
So you don't have emotions also.
Not like that. No, I'm a very emotional person, but not in front of everyone. I prefer crying maybe when I'm back home in the room when no one's watching. That's me. This guy watched the movie, and now you have to understand, okay? Afzal, me, my sister, we're all sitting in a line. Afzal. That's what he's doing. And I'm like, are you okay? Please. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it was very hard for me to cry for the movie because I went with him. He made fun of me, so I had to like, when the sound is there, I'll.
This guy's crying, and I'm like, babe, it's okay. Tito, please. I'm like, okay. Okay. And my sister's crying. I'm like, it's not very.
It is very.
It is very, yeah?
It is very.
No, I used to cry in movies, but then I used to get made fun of all the time.
Yeah, same here. No,
I'm
So now you make fun of
now
other
I make
people.
fun. Yeah, it's a cycle of
Wait, you
trauma.
cry for movies?
I used to cry.
Dude, I still do. That's why I don't watch
I
movies
almost-
alone.
I almost cried
sit
when
in
I
my room and
watched-
watch movies alone. I can't try to other people. I can't. It's a defect.
I almost cried when I watched 83, the cricket movie, when India won the World Cup.
I mean, see, I
That's
didn't.
such a mid movie.
Yeah, I didn't.
What do you mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like even for like, I didn't like the movie. It's not because I don't like cricket or whatever, but I knew that history
Yeah.
because my like parents love cricket or whatever. But even for such a mid movie, if an emotional scene comes, I will still cry.
Yeah, same here. I agree.
Like proposal scenes and
That's-
marriage scenes and all, I will cry.
no,
That's
for me,
mainly because of
emotion
the
scenes-
music, like that.
Ah, yeah, it's a mix.
That music and all of it being around you. That's what gives you that emotion.
Wait, you've all watched Kal Ho Na Ho? When
Yeah.
Shah Rukh Khan died, nobody
I
cried.
can never cry when Shah Rukh Khan cries. I find it hilarious.
You have a Shah Rukh Khan hater
Hate
and a Shah Rukh Khan
comments
lover.
rise above me. No, but people. So people
But
have.
Kalhona was one of the first movies I watched, so I
No,
didn't.
so people have tried to sell this movie to me, saying this like you will cry, and I watched it like. See, like again, like Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, all the Shah Rukh Khan movies I saw like in my 20s. I didn't grow up watching Shah Rukh Khan movies.
okay.
Only old like Shah Rukh Khan movie I watched when I was
Bazigar?
really no. Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na.
Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na,
I
yes.
really like that movie. I got emotional watching that movie. I was very
Okay, yes,
small.
yeah.
I like that movie. I also heard that Shah Rukh Khan's favorite movie. But anyway, this I watched Kal Ho Na Ho and my friends are crying. They're like, you will cry, and then they're crying, and I am just like, what do I do now? I have to cry.
The scene where he runs from the
Falls on his
hospital.
knee?
No, hospital to go to Preeti Zinda and just explain her stuff when he's talking.
I
No,
didn't give shit. And I cry like a bitch. for that.
same here, bro.
I didn't genuinely thought he died in that movie.
Yeah, no joke. Because I was like 4, and I used to only watch Shah Rukh Khan movies. So I thought it's the same character in Kalhona Ho. What is the other movie? The spy movie?
Bazigar?
Mantu
Don't.
Kapoor.
No, I don't know.
Don't.
No, the one where he goes to college and all.
Oh, Mehuna.
Yeah, I
Oh,
thought it was all the same character. I thought he was the same in all of it, and then Kalhono is the last movie where he dies.
Oh, you thought it's like trilogy?
yeah. Like I thought he was a real person.
Wait, did you know CID Musa is based on Basigar? Like that, it's
What,
based,
really?
Yeah. So Basigar, I think when it came, it was not a hit or something.
No, it was
right?
not.
So that's because it was marketed like he had guns and he's like this thing, but it's technically like a
He was a villain and then he died.
yeah, it's a comedic role,
Yeah.
right? So
And he
that,
dies
because
also,
of
yeah.
because of
It's a comedic
marketing,
role.
yeah,
Bazigar is a comedic
No.
role.
yeah. I mean,
Basigar is
comedic
not.
meaning there are jokes, there are slapstick stuff.
Yeah, that's
Ah,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Like the villain dying and everything, right? The last scene. So because of pure marketing, that movie did badly when it came out. And I recently came to know that this CID Musa was like inspiration for.
What really?
Yeah. As an English movie also that Basigar was based on, but I don't remember the name. But yeah.
Bazigar is my. I mean, Shah Rukh Khan movies are my.
But I mean, I love his interviews. I'm not a Shah Rukh Khan movie as an actor. He's not my favorite, but
As an actor, I think I've not seen eyes that expressive before. Like when he, dude, the way he, how do I even tell? It's like when how can you propose so well? How can you? I'll tell you.
see, that's the thing. That's what I was saying. No, like earlier, I used to find certain cliches like bad. Like cliches are not bad.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the roles that Shah Rukh Khan did, like the romantic roles. I don't think anybody can do that. Nobody can bring that back. He created that genre of romance or romantic hero.
So,
Here we have Dulquer Salman who played a certain type of role for the longest time, like the boy next door. But to play that also you need something to sell. I used to think, oh, you can only do if you're an actor, if you're not versatile, you're a bad actor. Like I had those cliche, like stupid
Right, yeah.
notions about.
Okay.
What do you think about this, Aryan?
I feel like every actor, like Shah Rukh Khan, when he plays Shah Rukh Khan's roles, he's good. But if you ask him to play like a more versatile, like he has to do like an art house movie, yeah, it's not for him. I don't think that makes an actor good or bad. It's just different.
Yeah, and I also feel like the actor, you can't blame a bad movie or a bad performance completely on the actor because the director is who is responsible.
Yeah,
for
I
that.
feel like Sharan Nair has done a few short films which you should check out on YouTube.
Never watch it, guys.
Search
genuinely
search
should watch
spin. Sharan Nair spin. Search the gamble.
What is the fighting?
Why don't take everything out?
The fighting one is.
No, Varun, this you can't.
This you
Fighting.
can't. For the love of God, don't.
Fuck, I don't know what the
is the
fighting one
fighting
is.
some,
Yeah, but you'll find it. Just search Sharan Nair short film.
Yeah.
And I feel like if like Sharan Nair is a certain kind of actor. Like he can play Sharan Nair. He's like a Shah Rukh Khan type actor.
See,
I don't know. Flash the mic on your face.
Like,
Okay, I'll
so,
say
so
this.
you
know
need
the range of Shah
to
Rukh
so
Khan
for characters like that you need to sort of write it and direct it around them, like, because they will be themselves, but you need to create a world and a setting where they don't have to morph into some character and be someone they're not. They can
Basically,
be themselves.
Santosh Pandit.
Yeah,
No.
sure, that's exactly what I'm saying.
I believe the IQ thing now. No, okay,
That's what Sharan Nair is.
I'll say this. Before I met him, I had seen like he had uploaded like few audition tapes and things like that. And I was like, this guy's stupid. Like, who does this? And I'm like, this is so funny and all that. Not vocally, I just bitched about it. And then later I saw his short films and I realized he also says, oh, I'm a bad actor, I suck and all. It's actually not true. I feel like, and I'm not saying this because he's my friend or whatever, because you're bad at other things that we can talk about later. He's actually not bad. Genuinely, I feel like any actor, it can be good, it can be Fahd Fasil level, it can be whatever level. If you have the right guidance, that's all you need. Like, you won't reach a certain level, you might have different levels, but to do that also, that is talent, which I don't think you've explored yet.
No, but that's what my question to you guys is. Like, you spoke about Jallikattu and he had the exact opposite opinion of things. If you take, like, I can't, like, I know that Mohanlal is a great actor, right? Like, he's considered to be the best.
Yeah.
But maybe he's that good because of the roles he did, because of the movies he did, right? If you put anyone else in those roles,
Yeah.
if the movie and the story itself is good, maybe that person would have also been good. Like, so isn't it more dependent on the story and the direction and everything
Also the
than
aura
the
of the
acting?
person. So, for example, can you imagine Mammootty doing a Mohanlal? Tell me one proper Mohanlal movie, like the old one, Aram Tamburan or something like that.
Yeah,
So
I feel
no,
like
that-
he could. I feel
That's
like
the thing.
could.
He can. It's not like Mammootty can't do it. See,
He can,
these two actors have two different vocabularies on how they portray any character.
Right.
Like, suppose there is this movie called Madhulugal. It's an M.T. Vasudevan story. Okay, story is based on a novel or whatever. Mammootty did that role. He's gotten some award also. I don't know which award, but Mohanlal can also do it. But it will be Mohanlal's diction.
Version of
Yeah,
it.
it will be his diction. So that is different. Like, just because a story is good, I don't think the movie can be good. Like, because that depends on the storytelling, that depends on the script, that depends on the dialogues, that depends on each actor that carries that movie.
I
No,
also feel
no.
like a movie being good or bad is very, very, like, people don't realize this. It's not the actors, it's not the director, it's the editor. Like,
That's
a
what-
movie is made entirely in the edit. Like, for example, the guy who won, Sean Baker, he won 4 Oscars. The last person to win 4 Oscars in one night is Walt Disney in 1930, and that was for 4 different movies. This guy won it for one movie, and this guy has made a movie on an iPhone 5 few years back, and it's an insane movie. And he specifically shot it with an iPhone, and for him, he believes that if your audio is good, and he edits his own movies also, so he's a director editor, and even he says, like, knowing how you're going to edit a movie is 90% of the job done as a director, as a writer, because you can see the cuts in your head. Like, for example, if Mohanlal or Mammootty gives a crazy good monologue and you feel that emotion, and then the music is fucking weird after that, and
Yeah,
it cuts weird.
exactly.
Yeah, you won't feel, you're not in that emotion anymore. I feel like editing is also a very underrated part of.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, a bad movie usually falls on the face of the movie, which is the actor,
Yeah.
which is so unfair, I feel like.
Okay, but like for example, like a movie like Lagan, if anybody played Amir Khan's role, like a kid with basic level acting played Amir Khan's role, I still feel it would be a great movie. Why
Yeah,
would
but
it be?
it would.
Because the movie itself is so good. So I don't think it's that much on the actor.
That's what the director, the editor, the director picks someone who can elevate that role, whether that's with eyeballs or whether that's with a performance. It's like even color grading. It's not going to make a huge. If your story is good, it's not going to make a huge difference if your color grading is great or it's mid. It just adds another layer of goodness to that movie. So similarly, if you have a great actor versus a good actor in a movie with a good story, it just adds another layer. That great actor adds a little bit more depth to that character.
Yeah,
the
and-
performance has a little bit more of a finesse. Those things.
Yeah, it's all nuances that makes the movie at the end. Like, yeah, like you said, like a no face can come and play. But at the end of the day, if a no face comes, you will hesitate 3 times to watch the movie.
Like
That's
if
marketing.
anybody else is acting in Avesham other than Fahad Fasal, you think it would have been a good movie?
Benda.
Like Avesham, I feel like is like I didn't enjoy it so much, but I feel like it's only considered a great movie because one, we've never seen Fahad Fasal in that context, and two, because of his fucking performance. Like that's an insane performance.
Yeah, I disagree, but that is also true. I like you said, like I forget the actor's name, but he plays Amban. Like,
Oh,
he's a
I
great
love that
actor.
guy so
He's
He
a
was
great
so
actor.
funny. It was
Yeah.
really
Money.
good.
But every time the 3 boys came, I was just like waiting for one of those characters to come. One of like either Fahad Fasal to come first or this thing. So
What is it?
Sajjan Gopu.
Sajin.
So, yeah, I love him. Like in Man, I don't know how to.
Man, he's fucking insane.
That
I haven't seen
movie?
the
movie.
Oh
it is-
my god. Oof, I love Basil.
Yeah,
He's insane. Like, I can't believe Basil. There's this movie called Tira that was made by Vineet Srinivasan and Dan Srinivasan acted. Basil was the clap guy. That was the only knowledge he had. After that, he went and did Kunyiramanam. You've not seen the movie. It's insane, that movie. Like, every actor, like, you can tell Basil's taste in his storytelling, in the acting. I mean, how he picked the actors, how he guided
one
the.
sec.
Yeah.
She's a breaker fast.
Oh yeah.
Top 10 respect moments.
Yeah, so with that knowledge of just working for that one movie, Tira, he made Kunyiramanam. You should all watch it.
Wait,
It's hilarious.
he's the one who directed.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Who's in the movie?
Dhyan Srinivasan, Vineet Srinivasan, Neeraj,
Oh,
Madhav.
I know this movie.
Hilarious.
Sambar Vannu, Aviyal Vannu.
Ah,
That one?
yeah, Bijay Menon.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
It's insane.
Didn't he have a short film which is Friends
Yeah,
and
his begin. I think it was called some lady's name. Forgot. That's so he used to send the short film he made to everybody on Facebook. So Aju Varghese saw the short film, showed it to Vineet Srinivasan, and then that's how.
he came into the.
Oh yeah, this reminds me. I saw he was on Khalid Damiri's podcast. with
Oh yeah,
Nazriya.
with Nazriya for that movie.
Yeah, for which movie was it?
Sushma Darshini.
Yeah, that one. And so he was telling the story about how he used to send his short films to everybody, and that time Facebook was big. So he used to send it to all celebrities. One day he got damn excited. He started jumping around the house. So they all asked him like, what happened? He's like, Aishwarya Rai saw my movie, and she responded saying, "You have done a wonderful job." When they saw it was Aishwarya Rai, some other Aishwarya
club.
Rai, yeah, some fan club Aishwarya Rai, not the real, because there was no verification.
Facebook, because those things were starting, those
Yeah,
fan
yeah.
club things, even I used to fall for these.
Yeah?
Like, yeah.
When
On
I was
Instagram,
12,
I once tagged Sharan FC instead of Sharan. And then I had to go and Absar was like, "What are you doing, fool? Just look who you're tagging." I'm like, "Oh, sorry." Okay.
Oh, I remember when I used to draw, no?
Mm.
So I used to draw all these like celebrities and things like that. Like
Yeah,
any celebrity.
Mm.
So I drew this guy, Jason Momoa as Aquaman, like that thing. One of my friends called from she was still in college. He's like, dude, Jason Momoa liked your post. I was like, what? I went to Jason Momoa fan club. Liked my post. So yeah.
This reminds me. So, for those of you who don't know,
That's
How
it for
did
the
you-
movies.
no. How did you win that thing with Casey Neistat, the Joby thing?
Oh, that night.
I sent a video. Like he uploaded like a thing being like, "Hey, we have a competition." Then I uploaded.
So basically, Casey Neistat worked with Joby. The Joby's not Joby, our friend. Joby's
I
school
thought
Jovi.
Jovi.
yeah,
Right,
he's
Joby?
Joby is the camera equipment company, and they're massive. So they did a collaboration with Casey Neistat, and the part of the deal was that people could send videos to Casey from all over the world, and he would pick 5 winners, and the winners would get like I think really expensive equipment from Joby and a chance to vlog with Casey.
What did
Our
you
man,
get?
our
like
man
like
here.
you can go like they'll pay for a trip to the US
Yeah.
to meet like 5 people will meet Casey Neistat.
Yeah.
You went?
No,
you
our man here didn't have a US visa, but he won. He was 5 out of I don't know how many million people would have sent
Just
it.
clap for him, please. I remember the night when he called me and he's explaining this. Okay, so
Yeah, I'm explaining to Salia. Salia's like, who's Casey? Amzar doesn't know Casey Neistat, but he's getting excited. Man. he's like a
Amzar has the
retriever.
vibes.
Yeah, he's just a fanboy. He's just like, oh my god, Casey. I know he doesn't know Casey. Sally said, so what? Who the fuck is Casey?
Who is it? But no, that excitement I had when she told me she got Skims.
Yeah, but you know Skims.
Yeah, Skims you know. But,
Yeah.
but in YouTube and in vlogging world, Casey Neistat is God.
Yeah, which-
It's like Shah Rukh Khan
Of
looking at
YouTube.
Shah Rukh Khan looking at a short film and saying, "Oh my God, it's like come." meet me."
Then
He
he explained
invented
everything.
he invented the daily vlog.
Yeah.
Like he sort of
Like, he's
made
the guy who
not invented, but he made it
Yeah.
popularized it.
Or like the OG.
Yeah, he's
He
supposed to be
created the format
Yeah,
for
he's
us.
supposed to be the god of YouTube. Technically, like that's what they call him. Okay, so I'm telling you this story because like what happened to Basil and what happened to Jason Momoa and Gayu. Like we were very sad that Aryan couldn't go, but we were very proud of him that he won it because like I know how many people would have sent, right? And Casey Neistat followed Aryan,
Yeah.
and that was like the most incredible thing. Like there are days when I just sit down and Aryan uploads something, and I'm like, my God, this story Casey would have been seeing.
Yeah.
Like, and I've not had it one moment. I've had it many moments. Like, I'll forget it. And then I'm like, oh my God. And then guess what? I never told you guys. But once Casey Neistat followed me also.
What?
But he accidentally followed me.
So he unfollowed you?
Are you serious?
I think it was one of the I collaborated on a reel with Aryan. 1 second I'm seeing Casey Neistat started following you.
When
I
was this?
Maybe, like, this is maybe like 2-3 weeks after this happened.
Oh my god.
I saw it. I was like, fuck yeah, oh my God, this is fucking crazy. Then I went to his profile. I went to following. He had already unfollowed me. So basically, he would have accidentally followed me and he was like, fuck, I'm not following this guy.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that notification stays when you follow
Yeah,
someone and then
yeah,
you
yeah.
Did
unfollow
you
them.
get a
notification still
screenshot?
stays.
No,
Anything you
I think I might have taken a screen, but I deleted it. Like, I remember I was with all of you guys.
Oh my god.
But I just deleted it. I was like, I can't go through it.
Oh my, that's so. See, he saw at least one vlog of yours.
No,
I mean,
through
visibility
Aryan,
was-
yeah.
Yeah, through Aryan, yeah.
But yeah.
Damn.
But do you have visa now? You still didn't apply?
It's too expensive. 12k,
15K actually.
15k, and like a wait list of 2 years.
For a US visa.
Yeah, it's like 1-2 years, no?
I know it's hard.
Guys,
to
by
get.
the way, that Stanley Cup is full of Red Bull. This guy is on a Red Bull binge after not.
He's the actual white girl here.
Yeah. Moving on to the next topic. So Gayu and Aryan, obviously, you guys have watched. They shoot a lot together. So I want to know the process. I want you guys to spill the secrets about how this works, how this Gayu Aryanovich collaboration works.
Garinovich.
Garinovich. Yeah. Oh yeah, Garinovich. Yeah. So you can say your side and he can say his side.
You wanna go first?
She looks pretty. I do everything else.
Damn.
No.
That's why I
I
pay for
beg to
everything.
differ. That's not true. That is not
That's
true.
what I pay. That's why I pay for everything.
Because
No,
yesterday was the first time I saw it. I was shocked. How long? were you
One
guys
sec.
there
One sec.
for?
One sec. Can you shut the fuck up? I have asked them 2 questions. Can you shut up?
I really had to say this though. I forgot to tell you about
Sally
yesterday.
also doesn't understand satire. Everything is serious to her. We tried to make her watch. You don't mess
You don't
with.
mess with the Zohan, yeah.
She was just like, "Who does this? Why is his penis big?" I'm like, "It's not."
Yeah, that was not my kind at all. No, talk about yesterday's shoot though.
Not yesterday.
Not
I'm
yesterday,
talking about
generally.
general.
So basically, guy will be like, "Hey, let's shoot. And I'll be like, "Yeah, I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to do this." And then finally, we'll figure out a day to shoot, and then we'll discuss before, and we'll have like a Pinterest board of sorts where we're like, "Okay, this is the aesthetic we want. You want to do flash? You want to do vertical? Does that have to be real photos?" And usually, photos she'll edit. Video we'll sit together and edit, and we'll decide on a song beforehand. Sometimes after, but usually just comes out. I don't know. I'm just good
I
at
mean,
what I do.
we've had conflicts, but it's not like, no, you can't do this. I have to do this, or I won't do. It's. We've managed to so far have like a middle ground creatively. I
Yeah,
feel like. We
because
land on
it's also
something.
like I also see it as her work. I'm not seeing it as I'm trying to facilitate her vision. I don't see it as my vision that we are trying to execute. If it's my thing, yeah, I'm a little bit more anal about certain things, and I will not budge for certain things. But since I see it as her work and me facilitating that vision, I'll be like, yeah, it's up to you. What do you want to do? And then we discuss and we find a middle ground.
Yeah,
usually.
with his work, I need to know exactly what he wants because he. Like, for me, my work is very random. Because even if I have a pure vision of what this has to look like, it will change last minute. That's how I work. That's how my brain works. So even if I have a vision, I get the pictures, get the videos, edit, it's a different story. Because like he said about movies, edit is where any product actually shines through. That's where it shows who you are, your personality, your creativity, everything comes through. So with him, if I have to help him shoot something, I need to know exactly what he wants. I'm a little scared to like take my own, creative liberty unless he tells me to. Or I'll just tell him he's like, I don't have an idea about this thing, we'll have a discussion. I'm like, oh, you can try this. Like that's how it works. With mine, it's a very pure collaboration.
But okay, how do you decide like every shoot you guys do is like for example, now we're talking about Gayus, like you wear a certain kind of clothes, right? So how do you come across that idea? Like where does that inspiration come from? Like how do you decide that, oh, today you want to do a sari thing, or tomorrow you want to do like a jeans thing, or different outfits, or one outfit? How does that idea come about?
So it's again very different from what the product I have to actually convey, right? So suppose if it's, for example, yesterday we did a shoot on a beach. It was a sari. So my first thought is removing the cliches on how to style a sari or how to shoot. How to shoot, I don't have to worry about it that much because we'll have an idea, we'll discuss, and I trust his vision 100% most of the time. So that is, I go through elimination first and then add-ons. So I'll eliminate, okay, usually people style sari if they want like contemporary, which is a word I hate. They'll tie something around their waist like a belt. I'll eliminate that. So if it's a typical sari blouse I'm wearing, I don't want the jewelry to be typical. So that's like, it's like process of adding and like
You're trying to figure
eliminating.
out what the focus is and then building around that.
Yeah.
And putting your own style to it, basically.
Yeah.
Putting my own style to it, which if you ask me what my style is, I can still not put it into words. I still don't know what my style is because I am constantly evolving and experimenting. I don't have, and it also depends on my mood, depends on what has influenced me that week. Like it can be a movie, it can be a song, it can be a trend or whatever it is, color. Like, but my end of the day, it'll always be like blues, greens, yellows, like There is a commonality there with colors, but other than that, it always depends on, like, I don't know. I can never say this is my thing, this is my style. I always struggle with it, but I don't see it as a negative anymore.
Do
If
you both
anything,
have fun while editing though? Do you edit
Yeah,
together?
not
or-
just fine editing while shooting. Also, do you guys have fun?
Yeah.
You guys
Like,
look miserable.
For me, it's like I'm in the zone, but it's fun if I get good stuff. Like if the photos are shit, I'm not feeling it. Like then it's not fun. But if I'm getting a good output and I'm enjoying that process, yeah, it's
yeah, like I can tell when he's not having fun.
yeah, and I also get bored of like doing the same thing over and over again. So I need something new. I need something different. So the thing is, when you're doing a shoot like this, like for example, yesterday's shoot, we went to a beach and both of us shot. And we had 3 people. We had Saliha, Leah, Revati, and Charita to help out with stuff. Generally, a shoot like this, there are these many people. There'll be a model, there'll be a stylist for that model, there'll be a makeup artist. So the stylist tells the makeup artist what vibe they want, and hair makeup will be one person. There'll be an art director that decides props and any other additional stuff that they need for the shoot. Like for example, if you need like a carpet for the floor or if you need like a seat, they will need to decide, okay, they will need to source it, they will need to find it. Then you have the person actually shooting. The person who's shooting, generally photo and video will be 2 different people, and they will have an assistant or a director.
Editing would also be different.
Editing also will also be a different person.
So it's
This
like a 10 to 12 people.
yeah, it's so around 6-7 people for sure, easily. Like we've seen a few shoots in Bombay where people have spent like a lot of money and they get like insane cameras and stuff, and there's like a bunch of people in the team and it'll be like mid as fuck.
Like, okay, for context, this is not us flexing because we have worked. We both do like a 10 people job together.
And we've been doing this since before Instagram making. We've been doing this since before Reels were a thing. We've been making Reels since before Reels were like existed as a platform. Like it's just the amount of hours we've put in and the amount of practice we've put in.
Yeah. So when we like the few shoots we did in Bombay where they have equipments, they have camera people, they have separate editors, and we were just models there. So it's literally we see them struggle and fight in both Aryan and like there are so many solutions around you, and they just be like, no, the light is not right. I'm like, you can just post.
So you just know what.
Just think about post. You can always edit it. And they'll be like, oh no, this angle, the flower should come from this. And literally,
And the thing is, as soon as you add a heavy camera, tripod, once you have a good camera, you always need good lighting. So you need to invest in lighting setup. You need people to like set up the lights. You need people to do all that. So already, just by having a good camera, you're slowing the shoot down. And when you're uploading on Instagram, a lot of people, they'll have like a 5 lakh camera and then they'll try to make it look like handycam. Where instead you can just shoot on handycam and it'll be much more dynamic and interesting. And again, even with reels, story is so much more interesting than anything else. It like you see a lot of people do like fancy edits and fast cuts and music and stuff, but it doesn't like buy. You're not selling anything. It's just fast edits and fast cuts, and then it's an Instagram post.
like it's
and
there
that's it.
for
for the sake of it. Yeah, there's nothing really. It's there to show for the editor to show, okay, I can edit, or there for the model to be like, yeah, I model, and that's it. There's nothing deeper than that. When we shoot, it's like I will have like a story in mind. She will have like a character that she sort of gets into, and then that will motivate most of our movements. And it'll be like sometimes it's spoken, sometimes it's unspoken.
Yeah. Sometimes he'll tell me, okay, I want this thing. So I also have this problem where if a thing is put into my head, I'll easily get influenced by it. So yesterday he was like, oh, in passing you said, oh, you look like this goddess thingy. So I want to make you look like this thing.
Yeah.
So I was doing like elegant poses, but it was also like a challenge, which I kind of enjoyed because modeling on a beach is a different animal. Because first of all, I'm very short, I'm small, it's windy, I can't hear the camera. So usually when he snaps, I can hear, okay, next shot, so I can change the pose. So I can I'll know how to work. But it was so windy, I couldn't hear him, I couldn't hear the camera. And it's a sari, so the drape is flying, so I'm like trying to be like, graceful, because I'm naturally not a graceful person. I have to, it's an act for me. Naturally, I'm like, my posture is like I have a hunchback. I need to like, be graceful.
You are graceful.
I am not. No. I have a very like androgynous
No,
body
no, no, no,
language
no.
also.
Yeah, exactly. Because no, I don't think so. I
No,
think you pull
even
off
my
almost
body.
everything you.
That's what. Even my body type. I'm not curvy. Like I have like very very small tits, no ass. So I have to like kind of know my angles. I have to work harder than an actual professional model. So on a beach, it was a different animal. Like for the first 5 minutes, I was really struggling, but I liked that challenge because it's new for me. Like it's a new environment, so I'm working.
And things like photography, things like direction, it's less about what you have in frame, and it's more about everything that goes around before and after that. Like even for a vlog, for example, if he needs to get like technically he's a director. If he needs to get people,
Bro, don't complicate this, man. It's just me with
I
a
was
camera.
about to
and-
ask that because see, you yesterday's editing was fun for you.
yeah,
It was fun.
Yeah.
You liked it.
yeah.
You also had fun, a lot of fun, like,
The shooting, while
Yeah?
shooting. Yeah, I did.
and the editing process. You both sit together and do it, right?
Yeah, sometimes,
Sometimes.
yeah.
Sometimes he'll be like, I want to do it this way. I'll be like, yeah. But I want so and so frame. He'll be like, yeah, I'll integrate it somewhere. There is never that we've not fought over it.
So I think that's how talented people do it because when
No,
this
it's
guy
also-
edits, oh my
No,
god!
it's also taste. We have
Similar taste,
Yeah.
yeah.
If not, even if we hate each other's taste or whatever, it always there's a middle ground on like there's something about what he made. I would be like, oh, that's interesting. It's always we're learning from like I've learned a lot from him since I met him because I had a different idea of this has to look like this because that is universally acceptable or whatever. But like a lot of things
like my point is that when you're behind the camera and if you're setting up a shoot like this, whether it's like a vlog or whether it's a shoot like this, whether it's a podcast, there is a lot of stuff that, like for example, making sure everybody reaches on time. If nobody reaches on time, the shoot gets postponed. Then you have to work with a different kind of lighting. You might get stuck in traffic, etc. The props that you have to use, the equipment that you have to use, the number of people that you might need for a shoot. Organizing those things, calling a location and being like, hey,
Weather.
can we use this place? Those are the hardest parts about photography and videography. It is getting all those things in one place and then clicking.
Yeah.
Clicking is very easy. Being a good photographer is the basic, but creating a situation in which you get something good in that frame, that is the hardest part. That is why, like for example, the vlogs, one thing is insane is that he makes it look very easy. Second thing that's insane is it's a lot of man management. It's a lot of knowing when to react. It's a lot of knowing when to flip the camera for a reaction.
You need that instinct for it.
Yeah.
It's also timing is God. So
Yeah.
like he has that now because he's
Look at
done this for
serious
so
face.
long.
I can't take this.
Because otherwise, like you think like technically otherwise anybody can pick up a camera and do the same thing. Everyone's lives are like
And people are doing it.
People must have much more interesting friends than us. But getting that timing, knowing when to push a boundary and when to not push a boundary, those are skills. Those are actually skills. Knowing when to push you for a reaction is a skill.
Yeah,
Like a lot of people
manipulation is a
will
skill.
be like, yo, I shouldn't.
Manipulation is a skill.
Yeah, gaslighting, manipulation. These are skills.
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
No, but irrespective, like he's saying that like everything he said, like all this 10 people job, we both divide and we've been doing it for a while. But like what both of us want, especially him, because he does most of the heavy lifting in a shoot. Most of it. Because like after I've put the makeup, hair, this thing, I
You
can't
can't move.
physically
Yeah.
do a lot of things
Right,
because I
right.
can't sweat.
Right.
Mostly we're shooting outside. So he will physically have to like move things. He also has to take the videos. He also has to take the photos. Sometimes he takes in 2 different cameras, flash, separate. So like it's a lot of, and shooting in
You
India.
don't even do 1/4 of what he does, no? Technically, no, right?
But at the end of the day, he gets more views. And what matters? When you're earning, what matters more?
But
No,
Casey
but I don't
only
think- I
followed
don't
you. He
think-
didn't follow him.
Yeah, 100%.
Who the fuck is Casey? Huh? I also unfollowed
See,
him. I'm joking, Casey. I know you're not watching this, but if you were, I love you.
See, I feel like it's harder to make humor, like real humor. Like Sharan is like a street photographer. He's capturing moments where people usually would not have a camera ready to shoot. Like even Akram and I were talking about this one day. Akram is like, bro, sometimes I don't even realize when the camera is there. I'll just be yapping and suddenly the camera's there and he's gotten a bit. But making deep things, making artistic things is like making visually artistic things is very difficult. Like that is a taste thing. Scripting and writing stuff so that a video is good, like so that Casey Neistat notices, is not a very difficult thing. It is basically you have to create a story, you have to figure out something deep, you have to figure out a reason why people should watch that. That you can make, like anybody can make something deep about Kochi. Kochi is a feeling, or Delhi.
Yeah, you need to like speak like you're having an orgasm. It's all that format has existed.
Yeah, it is easy, but doing what he does, doing humor and being honest is much harder.
Your phone is also like you.
Gemini
Doesn't understand.
Doesn't understand.
What are you doing with me, Sharan? Just
Guys,
let
this is
me
an
know.
ad for Google Gemini.
Okay. You're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
continue.
doing humor is a lot more difficult because if humor doesn't work, it'll just look lame as fuck. But doing artistic stuff, whether it looks lame, whether it is great, people will be like, wow.
No, but that's the thing. I think I'm gonna hit my 600th vlog. I don't give a fuck about being lame. Like, I know there are so many of my vlogs which might not be as interesting as some of the others. I don't care. I'm just like, yeah, when I'm old, I'll be able to watch this and I'll be like, oh yeah, that day we did something really lame, but it doesn't matter to me. Like,
That's the underlying reason. Your underlying reason is not, fuck, how do I get as many clicks, views? How do I make this as interesting?
Yeah, but for you to think like this, you got here after a while, right? But because you had to do it
When
so
you
many
initially
times.
started,
no, I
how
feel
was
like
it for you?
I feel like if people think about views and how much money you're gonna make, like, it will kill you from the inside because like.
The fun is not there.
No, it's not the fun. It's not the fun. It's like if somebody were to come and like if I were to constantly think, will I be relevant forever? Will I always be able to make money of YouTube? That thought itself will kill me because that's all scare. Like it's all scary thoughts. Because like nobody is relevant forever. Like people are relevant for maybe 2-3 years and they will die. Maybe your views
Especially
will go.
now.
Yeah. So I don't think of any of the big things. I just think of the smallest picture, which is I just want to upload and I just want to make videos. Like I don't care. Like sometimes I'm editing and I'm like, oh my god, this is artsy. Like this is crazy.
Yeah, sometimes I see his transitions and I'm like,
Yeah, but the transition must have happened accidentally. but well, I'm like, oh, that's a lot of fun. But like I don't think of those things. I just want to upload videos. That's all.
I mean, that's not why you're uploading.
And even
Yeah.
with Gayu, like as a photographer, it becomes so much easier when you have a model that gets it, and when you have a model and a stylist all rolled into one. Usually, somebody will be like sort of out of it, and then it just won't work. Like nothing's in sync. But with like, for example, you take a T-shirt and you're starting a T-shirt company. You have to understand, okay, who is your viewer,
Target audience,
your
yeah.
target audience, and what are they used to. And then when you put something on that T-shirt that's a flip of that. Like there was this girl that made Mammootty T-shirts. Nobody has ever seen a Mammootty T-shirt before, but that difference in context of seeing Mammootty on a T-shirt and you being able to wear it, and it says something like cutie pie underneath it, like that itself as it exists is cool. So Gayu, when she creates like a look, it doesn't matter how I shoot it, with what camera I shoot it. For the longest time, I was using a family camera that I have from 2011. It doesn't matter what camera I'm using because of what she has put in front of the frame. So that whether I shoot it with a Nokia phone or with a heavy duty camera, that context is already makes that photo interesting.
Oh, so
So
her
any-
idea
yeah.
makes it crystal clear, basically.
Yeah, anything I do as a photographer, videographer is just taking that same idea to another level. That is the only thing. But it has to have that starting energy of being good already.
it has to have some kind of
Oh fuck! Wow. Yeah.
like context. Like
Yeah, like it has to have an element of, oh shit, I didn't think of that. Oh fuck, why haven't I thought of that? Oh fuck, that looks easy, I should have tried it. It has to have that feeling so that a shoot does well. And so that we're also having fun with it.
You know what I don't understand? When you both talk, it's like you guys know what you're doing. You know where you know how it is. It sounds complicated, right? Tell me something like this.
For me, it's not complicated. I can shoot whatever the fuck I feel
he
like.
just
I'm
said
not.
it's not that deep. Is
It's
what he
not
said.
that deep. For me, I just like making videos and I like putting it. I'm not different from what I used to do 5-6 years
That
back.
is why I've not met Shah Rukh Khan yet. You should be having something there in mind.
Shah Rukh Khan will meet us one day. Trust me, inshallah.
Inshallah.
That was Mannat.
That was one day I fell for your brother. I fell for him straight. In the car, I remember him telling me, he looks at me in my eyes and he tells me, most romantic place. And I'm like, you can't, are you? Is it Mannat? And he goes, yeah. And then everything changes. My sister who hates him is calling me, Sharan, just know that I also love you.
What the fuck?
Because he keeps. See, camera. When he enters my bedroom with the camera, at first I'm like, what the fuck? And then I got used to it. So it's nothing new for me. That's not the case with my sister or my brother or my family. Understood? So
Yeah.
for my sister, no, is he recording? Is he there? Is he doing something? Is he going to put it up? I don't want that. She's that person. So I called her and like, I'm going for a date. And she's like, oh my God, oh my God. And then, with Sharan. Yeah, okay. And I'm like, I called her again. Nehma, I'm going to Mannat. Oh my God, Sharan, just know I'm here. I love you too. And I'm like, bitch, don't.
I'll give you another example. So recently I found this really funny screenshot, okay? So there's a filmmaker called Terrence Malick. And I haven't seen any of his movies, but I had a friend who's like a film guy and he was like obsessed with sucking this guy's dick. So he was watching this movie
Yeah.
and
Another point I want to talk
so
about.
he sent me a photo and it's like a wide angle shot. A wide angle shot means it's exactly how Sharta shoots.
The zoom.
No. It's like
wide.
it's like the camera is close to your face and your face looks like it's morphed. you know?
Right.
It's kind of like a fisheye.
When
Yeah.
I use a small lens and I come really close to you guys, right? So it looks like there's a
And
lot
you
of
guys are
space.
always like, why are
Right.
you coming so close?
Yeah.
It's
So-
like when you shoot on 0.5.
I understood.
So he has sent me the screenshot. He's like, Terrence Malick uses a wide angle. It's a 10 millimeter. He uses it to make you feel close to the character. And I said, my hero Sharan Nair does the same thing.
Terrence Malick had to
Because it's literally the same thing. It's literally the exact same thing. You're doing it. Like when you see a shot like that, you feel closer to the character. You feel like you're in their face. There's a photographer called Bruce Gilden. And if you see this guy, like his photos are insane. He's a street photographer. He shoots on film. Film is a thing where you get it after like a while. And the way he shoots is he'll walk and he'll take the camera and bring it right up to your face and take the photo.
And it's like he's
And we
attacking.
strangers.
He'll just do this.
Oh, he does it to strangers?
Yeah.
He does it to strangers.
In New
and
York.
that takes balls. But that's the difference. That balls is the difference. That balls to enter your room with a camera and shoot and make sure you get used to it. That is the difference between an okay blogger and him. I'm
Like-
just saying.
Like
it
for
takes
example,
balls.
you can put me in the middle of MG Road and ask me to model. Okay, I will do it. I will be shit scared, but I will. Once I get into the character, in right now, I have the confidence to do it. But in the same place, you give me his camera and be like vlog, I will run away. It is a different animal. It's a different animal to walk up to somebody and like just like vlog it, have a conversation, make it interesting.
But he's only doing that to people whom he knows. Like
No, not necessarily.
No,
For example, if
that's-
somebody new is there, I would think if I'm holding a
Guys
camera.
too well mannered.
Yeah, I'm thinking 10 times before, okay, can I shoot you? Even to put people on my stories, I'm thinking 10 times like, okay, will they be okay with me with being on my story? Will
you
they
have
be
to
okay?
think so much.
I think so much.
Yeah, because see, he already has a platform. Okay. He's already known, right? And he also takes photos of strangers, puts it as stories. Another person can be like, why is my photo on your this thing? That
When I was like 11 years old, it was 2011. It was the World Cup, cricket World Cup.
2011 had a
And
World Cup,
we in our restaurant, we had an Italian restaurant in Moscow, and that summer, all the Indians were coming to that restaurant to watch this cricket match because that was the only place in Moscow where it was one of the few places where it was being televised. And I remember that year, it's actually the same camera that I've been using now, and I was just going around clicking photos. I was like, "Oh, camera," and there was this one table of Punjabi men, and I took a picture of them. And I didn't think much of it. I was just like taking random pictures around the place, whatever.
in the restaurant.
Yeah, in the restaurant. This guy, one of the older men called me and he was like, why did you take a photo of me? Delete it right now. You need to ask permission before you take photos of people. And I felt really bad. And I remember once even in St. Petersburg, we went for a trip. We were in a hotel lobby and we were just me and Chad were just fucking around and taking pictures of paintings. And from behind us, one Russian guy came and said, you can't take photos of me. And we were like, who the fuck is taking photos of you, bro? So I've seen people get anal about things like this. So for me, it is a fear where somebody's like, why are you taking photos of me? Why are you taking videos
Which
of me?
completely
fair.
understandable that if that person feels
his
like
privacy and
that
personal
which is
space,
completely rational.
But
You never had this fear?
Let him finish. I'll tell you
But
my
despite that, or maybe because of it, Shasheta can still pick up a camera and shoot. Whether there's a new person, he's not thinking, oh, well, what will this person think of me? He's just there to do his thing.
Unless that person says, hey, I'm not
Yeah.
comfortable, obviously he
That
won't
person
shoot.
explicitly
But
says
like,
it. Yeah, obviously. I mean, you
No,
can take the
for me, like I'm very good at reading people. So I know if I'm meeting someone new, obviously if they don't like they know I always carry around a fat ass camera, so it's not like they don't know I'm shooting. So
Shantosh.
Santosh. So
Shunt.
if they don't want to be filmed, then they will say beforehand. But I feel like when you if you are it's comes from a nice place. If you ask for permission, sometimes you lose the moment. Hey, can I shoot you? You lose the real organic moment what you're trying to create. So then I don't ask. And if I shoot something and they don't want me to put it up, then I won't put it up. But you don't have that option.
See? So yesterday, Gayu told me, Salia, can you come to the beach with me? I'm like,
Yeah,
Someone
Saliha went silent, which she doesn't do often.
Okay.
And she turns at me, she's like, did you ask me? So I thought she got offended. So I was like, if you can't come, it's okay. She's like, no, nobody's ever asked me.
yeah, and I've heard people tell him, Sharan, you can't put it up. And he doesn't put it up. With me, Sharan, you can't put it up. You shut up. I'm putting it up.
Sharan will be like, upload.
Upload. I never had that option.
Yeah, you still don't have that option. But like, what I don't get is, like sometimes people will be like, oh, I can't come there because Sharan is shooting. And these are not people who I usually, like, I don't shoot with them. Like, I might have never met them. Like, it's usually people I've never met. They'll be like, oh, I can't come there because Sharan is shooting. Like, he'll take a video of me. I'm like, bro, I don't want to take a video of you. Like, you don't bring any fucking value. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, you don't bring any value to my videos. Like, I would love to shoot the same people till the day I die. So, like, you can come there. I won't shoot you.
So I bring value to your video.
Yeah, you bring massive value. Sharbat ki mohabbat,
Sharbat ki mom.
This was informative actually. Nice.
IQ's gone up.
Yeah. Now I know something. Nice.
I
You
just
used
want to
be
add
dumb.
one more thing to, since you asked about like movies. Just because you watch Terrence Malick movies or Christopher Nolan movies doesn't make you a movie buff. Just saying. Because I met a lot of people where they're like, yeah, this is not movie, this is, and it's very easy to pick up like the highest rated movie or like your indie films and watch it and call yourself, oh, intellectual. I've seen a lot of those people.
I hate such people. I don't understand people
Yeah.
who call themselves
Fuck
intellectuals
that.
because
Yeah.
they watch a particular kind of movie. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Wait, Interstellar is Christopher Nolan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Christopher Nolan's good with some movies, but he writes women
His
characters really badly. He writes dialogue.
Dialogues.
Like dialogue is good in movies like Interstellar, where it's like world ending.
Yeah,
But in-
because it's also fiction and like a lot of science. There's only so much you can fuck up the dialogues, right? But when feelings come and all, like the female characters in his movies, like I had to be 30 years old to realize, wow, that's
Why,
dumb.
what's up with the female character?
Which
like
one-
for
which one are you talking
Oppenheimer, they're all just bitches. All the women are bitches.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's no depth to it. It's just like, oh, she has sex.
Their character is sex and bitches.
But
She
no,
drinks.
but like if does it maybe come from a place that the story is not about them? It's about the atom
See,
bomb.
story
So how
cannot
much?
about. It cannot be about the female character in the story, and that character can still have essence.
Okay.
You know what I'm
be
saying?
a bitch
Like you
or
can,
shallow.
yeah, exactly.
like, what can I give as an example? Which movie can I give as an example?
Like okay, fuck. Like a black character's reason of being in that movie just as a black character. That is also
Yeah,
it's
see,
the same thing.
Yeah.
But Christopher Nolan does this with women, where their whole thing is, I'm a love interest. The male character is doing something wrong because of me.
What is the theory that you
Bechdel. There's a thing called the Bechdel test,
yeah.
which is sort of neither here nor there. It's basically like a movie passes the Bechdel test if 3 conditions are met. 2 women speak to each other. Condition 1, they speak about something other than
a guy?
a guy. I don't remember what the third.
Basically,
Yeah, basically it's these 2 things. I don't know. Maybe there's a third one, but basically it's the crux of it is they speak about something other than a man and other than one of the main characters. And there are a lot of like feminist movies which don't pass this test. Like I think Wonder Woman doesn't pass this test. Like Wonder Woman, 2 women don't talk, or when they talk, it's about a man.
like basic things that you kind of overlook, but you're selling it as something like as feminism or as woke or whatever.
Yeah, it means that in every movie, even when 2 women are talking, the main character, the essence of that conversation is still a man. So I mean, it's a test which is neither here nor there. Sometimes,
Yeah,
like
it's
it
not
doesn't
like
apply
a-
for everything. It's
yeah.
not like a universal litmus test of whether a movie is good or bad. But it's just an interesting thing to have to think about. Chatra's vlogs pass the Bechdel test.
Please. Please.
It passes all tests.
All
ADHD.
tests. There are no tests there because just certain people have a choice and certain people doesn't have a choice.
Nobody has a choice.
Yeah, that's what you tell me. And then everyone else has a choice.
No.
Except me.
No.
But I also recently saw Instagram reel. I don't know how true this is, but if you have a certain level of ADHD, you can predict like the plot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And most, yeah. So I saw the reel. If you have so like it was like 5 points or something. I passed all 5 points. I was like, oh, it's not an ability. I just have something.
Thank you guys. My name is Sharan, and this is not a podcast.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Like, scare, and
Likes.
subscribe.
Like, scare.
Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. See you.